So the other day I did plantain chinchin, and remember I mentioned how two bunch of plantain got ripe and there was no way I could preserve it. So I had to look for a way to make use of it, and I made plantain chinchin, which most of you love, by the way, and I hope you'll be trying that. But in today's video I'll be showing you how I made plantain bread. Yes guys, you can call it plantain cake, you can call it plantain bread, but this thing was bomb. Like, it tasted so good. I made it as healthy as possible. And if this is a video you would love to watch, please do well to watch till the end so that I can have this video reach other people in good faith. Okay, by the way, welcome and welcome back to another video. Of course, this is Temilayo and Mom channel, the one that always bring you the best of the best. So guys, all we have on the table is basic stuff. Okay, in my food processor, you can use your blender. Okay, you can use blender for this, but my food processor just happens to be very easy to clean, so I'm using my food processor. So I will leave the details of the rest of the ingredients, the measurement and everything in the description box, so do well to check it out and give it a try, because this is so bomb. And if I may say, I didn't even add sugar to this because this plantain happens to be one of those very, very sweet ones. And it was really sweet, so I didn't have to add sugar, not brown sugar, not white, not sugar at all. And this still tasted so good. So I'm just going to add all of my wet ingredients in my food processor. I want to blend this to be very smooth. Okay, it's not like I want it roughly blend. No, I want it to be very smooth. So you can use your blender or whatever other options you have. I melted some butter like I mentioned. Check the description for exact measurements. So I'm adding all of that in there. For the butter, I added half cup and a quarter cup. That is why the second one I measured wasn't full. I was trying to gauge the quarter cup. So all of my wet ingredients are in there in the blender, including my vanilla essence, my liquid milk. I use 3 crown milk in this recipe, and of course the plantain and my melted butter. So I have all of that in there. If I'm using sugar, I should add my sugar, or I add it to the flour, whichever way is okay. But if you want your sugar to be well melted, it's best to add it in this mix. Okay, so as you blend, it gets melts. But now I'm done blending my wet ingredients. You can see how creamy, how lovely and creamy this plantain is. See guys, when I had this overripe plantain, at that time I know say there are a lot of recipes you can make with plantain, including plantain smoothie. Guys, have you heard of that before? So don't worry, you will see more of these plantain recipes. So I'm just trying to get all of my plantain mix out of the processor, and next thing I'm going to be doing, I'm going to mix my dry ingredients. It's quite basic. It's just the baking powder, salt, yeah, just a pinch of salt, because the margarine has salt, so you don't want it to be too salty. So just baking powder and the salt, and that's like, if you want to add your sugar in there, go ahead. But like I said, I didn't add sugar in this recipe, and that makes it very, very healthy. Okay, so this can go for anybody, can eat this. You don't need any no resistance. Just go ahead and enjoy with your favorite beverage and you are good to go. So I'm just going to add my baking powder in there. Yeah, I'm using a teaspoon of baking powder for this recipe. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to mix up these dry ingredients, and this recipe is quite simple. It's quite simple. So instead of tossing away that your overripe plantain, guys, just keep it aside and make delicious recipe that your whole family is going to enjoy. Because the people I gave this to, guys, they are still calling me to thank me. This thing is too good. So what you want to do now, you don't want to whisk, you don't want to blend, you don't want this flour to be too mixed. You just want to fold in like gently. You don't want your flour to react, or to you don't want your flour to react in there. You just want to fold your dry ingredients to your wet ingredients. You can use baking soda as well. I didn't use baking soda, okay, but you can add a little bit of like one. If you're adding baking soda, it should be 1 teaspoon. And another thing, you can also add cinnamon. Okay, I really just want this to be basic as possible, so I didn't add all of that. You can add cinnamon if that's the taste you want to feel in this recipe. Go ahead and add 1 teaspoon as well. You can add 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Yeah, it's still going to come out amazing. So yeah, I'm just folding in. I'm trying not to over stir. Like I said, you don't want to over stir. So at the other side, I have my pan. What I did, I just used margarine and flour to coat my pan, just so that when this is ready, it comes out easily. Of course, you guys know that part. I've already done it in my previous videos. So you want to grease your pan. You can use vegetable oil and just pass your brush or foam through it and add some flour, dust it out, and that's how you grease your pan. So I'm done mixing my wet and my dry ingredients. Now it's time to add everything in the pan. I have 2 pans, one large and one medium, right beside me. And also I have nuts. I bought mixed nuts. It has cashew nuts and almond nuts, and then I have some coconut flakes I'll be adding to this as well. I'm not mixing them in the mix. I'm going to be using it as topping. Okay, so you can go ahead and add chocolate chips in this. You can add mixed fruits in this, but like I said earlier, I want this to be as basic as possible. And of course, the nut is going to make it healthy, like looks healthy even before you eat it. So that's why I like adding the nuts to the topping as topping. Okay, so yeah, I'm just trying to like portion them in the pan. Remember, I said one of the pan is bigger than the other, so I'm trying to make sure everything is well in there. And yeah, that's what you want to do as well. So at this point, I'm done with that, and here is what it looks like in the pan. You can see it has to be like in the middle, so it has enough space to proof. So you want to heat this on your surface so you don't have any holes, any hair in there. You want to heat this so everything can be well settled. And now I'm going to introduce my nuts. By the way, this is the product I'm using. Okay, this is the one I'm using. I love this product. It tastes good. It's not too salty. There are some of them that you buy and it will just be shouting salt, salt, salt. This one is not salty at all. Granny's nut is really nice, so I love it. So I'm just mixing everything together because I'm going to be using it as topping. So now I'm adding it there. Yeah, you just want to add as much as you want. You can add few, you can add more, but I was just trying to exhaust everything that I have on my chopping board. I'm trying to use all of it. So yeah, that's what you want to do. Like I mentioned earlier, you can add mixed fruits, you can add any other topping that you like. You can use chocolate chip, whatever topping you like in your bread or in your cake. Okay, go ahead and use that. So this is me, this is what I'm doing, and now I'm done. I'm just trying to like heat it some more so everything can go right down. So guys, by this time you haven't subscribed, you haven't liked, what are you waiting for? You have to, because a lot of lovely and delicious recipes are coming on this channel. So do well to honor me with your likes, your comments, your subscription. I will really appreciate that. And if you can, please share my video. So this is what it looks like before baking, and voila, this is what it looks like after. Like, this was so tasty. I couldn't believe how tasty it could be without sugar added. It's rich, it's tasty, it's, I don't know, just try it. Okay, don't toss your overripe plantain away. Put it to a good use and you are going to thank me later. Okay, thank you so much. I love you guys. Please subscribe. Bye.
Wanna go settle. My light is never gonna die. Don't I go fire any